passionate healthcare providers educational series.
The company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, is a global multi-level marketing company with a presence across the globe. Surpassing 2.2 trillion Korean won in global sales and with a global membership of 15 million, Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Atomy Hemohim surpassed 2 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, ranked #1 in domestic health functional food exports. With 19 international patents for a single product, it is forging a unique history in the realm of health functional foods. Absolute Skincare, which has become one of the best-selling cosmetics in the industry with sales of 100 billion Korean won every year since its launch. Absolute Cell Active Skincare received King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office in 2021 for the first time in the cosmetics industry and was selected as world-class product for next generation, selected by Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy in 2022. Atomy practices customer-centered management in all its business activities, and such efforts were recognized by the acquisition of its customer-centered management certification for 3 consecutive years, which is a unique accomplishment in the industry. Starting with the US branch in 2010, Atomy is a global company that opened 26 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, Europe, etc., with 15 million members worldwide. In 2023, Atomy opened its EU branch and has plans for global expansion with a focus on Africa, Latin America, and emerging markets. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's success system, in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. As the next generation broadcaster bridging online and offline realms, the Success Seminar manifests Atomy's vision for members worldwide. It presents a vision of global success that transcends time and space by merging business and culture. The ACT project has been initiated to cultivate global leaders and empower our active members around the world. Atomy is dedicated to providing full support for fostering global business activities. To achieve absolute quality and absolute price, and to ensure commitment to quality from its partners, Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies, such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of accompanied growth. Atomy strives to minimize its environmental impact across all business activities through policies like transitioning products to zero plastic and introducing eco-friendly solutions, with the goal of becoming a global eco-friendly leader. Sharing is a mission that all companies must fulfill. As a result of its consistent annual giving for the last 3 years, Atomy has secured the #1 rank in the distribution industry for donations as a percentage of revenue among the top 500 companies in the country. As a result, it has earned various government awards and certifications, including the Government Award for Sustainable Management, Good Donor Award, Family Friendly Company, and Great Place to Work career. Atomy's executives, employees, partnering companies, and members all practice sharing together to improve the lives of all members of society. Wherever sharing is needed around the world, global branches will be united to support happiness for all. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are Proud Atomy.
All righty, we are Proud Atomy. Okay, Atomians, good evening, good evening.
Good evening, John boy.
Good evening, John girl. Indeed. My. So, I must say last week, it was a good one last week, but something happened to the recording, to the recording. So some of the things in which we did go over on last week, we might get a chance to go over on this week. It's all according. It's all according. So, but hello everyone. Hello Ford, Carol, Barbara, Rose Nolan, Anna, Pastor Taylor. Indeed. Good evening. Good evening. All righty. Good evening to Valerie. Indeed. Dr. Kennedy. Woo-hoo. 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 Indeed. Happy Thursday, everyone. And welcome again
Happy
to
Thursday.
Compassionate. Indeed. And welcome again to Compassionate Healthcare Provider Educational Series. Now, we need to continue to so that we can inform our customers, so that they'll know what to do with these products. Indeed. And all you leaders, you need to know what to do with these products. And remember how to use the AI as far as search is concerned. But AI does not know all that we know. So remember that part right there. So some things you probably can find out from AI, but the rest of the story, you need to know, okay, to fill in the blank. Now, my question this evening, like always, do anybody have a testimony they would like to share? They can unmute their mic and share your testimony. Indeed. So we're gonna give you a little time to figure that one out. As far as testimony is concerned. So we can always, let's say, we can always pull up a good testimony. Indeed. A nice, spicy testimony. So I tell you what, let me see here. Let's put up a let's pull up a nice spicy testimony. Okay. Okay. Oh, it is so many that I'm looking at right now. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pop one in. A nice spicy testimony. Let me share my screen. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And Nicole has a very special testimony. And Nicole, um, in your testimonies, make sure you share some love. Whatever you was taking, kind of let us know what you was taking and how much, so that if somebody else wanna, let's say, know about your journey,
Right,
how you use the supplements and everything, they won't have to guess at it as far as how much or
right,
what everything.
right,
They might want to do what you do, or they might want to do a little bit more.
right. I am post brainstem stroke. First of all, I have diabetes and demonic neuropathy. I call it demonic neuropathy because it did not play with me. Today, September, what's the date? The 12th at 12:22. I'm on the phone with my cousin, the UPS man. I'm waiting for this stuff. I've been waiting for this stuff for days. I'm waiting. So I'm on the phone with my cousin. I'm like, oh my goodness, UPS, let me get my stuff. I'm so excited, right? So I go out there, I get my stuff. I just look at it. I'm like, yeah, you gonna work for me. So I bring it inside and I open it up, and the packaging is amazing. I don't know who's doing the marketing. Amazing job. Kudos to these people. So I opened up the product. What I did order was the Hemohim. I ordered the ethereal patches and the noni juice. Now, this is what I took. I took uh, 1 cup of noni juice, one pack of Hemohim, and the ethereal patches I cut in quarters. So I took the Hemohim and the noni juice first for me and my husband. I said, we're going to do this thing together. We're going to be healed together. So I took it. I ain't think nothing of it. I was like, okay, yeah, it's going to do its thing. But I got sidetracked, went in the living room, came back, and I said, oh, let's put on a patch. We put on our patch. I put the patch on my foot, on top of my foot. Now, mind you, I got neuropathy so bad, it feels like a sweater is around my toe and a sheet of paper is under my feet. That's how bad it is. I put that patch on top of my foot. I didn't think nothing of it. Went in the living room, came back, and I came back and I sat down. I usually, like, when I'm sitting down, I usually like wiggle my toes. And I noticed, I said, I don't feel nothing. Did I say I don't feel nothing? No, 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 no. Not knock the edge off. Nothing. I was up all night with this neuropathy. I mean, up all night. I went to wiggle my toes. And I said, wait. I called Michael Taplin. I said, Michael Taplin, I don't know what's in these patches. Now, this didn't happen when I took the Noni and all that because it hadn't gotten my system good. But these patches, 15 minutes max, gone. I mean, gone. I mean, gone. Like, y'all don't even know what I've been through for the last 10 years with the stroke. The stroke turned into the post-stroke was the monster of it all because I had sciatica. Ooh, I had sciatica so bad I couldn't walk for 4 months. Then the neuropathy started. I just started getting neuropathy like 2 years ago. and it's a monster. And that's why I called it post-brain stroke, diabetes, and mnemonic neuropathy. Because the neuropathy was the monster. But when I put that patch on there, I went to my husband. I was like, I don't know. I've given this testimony at least 6 times today, and I got this stuff today, literally 5 hours ago. And I told my husband, I said, this is what I've been waiting for 10 years. Yes, 10 years, y'all. I've been waiting. Whew, let me breathe. I've been waiting for God to send something for 10 years. And I got it. I'm so happy. I don't know who is the creator of this thing, but I thank God for them, for real. Because I'm telling everybody I meet in grocery stores, on the street, at the church house, you name it, I'm talking about it. I'm going to be the mouthpiece of this thing right here because I know it works without a shadow of doubt. This in prayer, because I've been praying for something like this. This thing works. Here go the whole box right here. This right here. I got the whole box. The whole box. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Because I wasn't going to give a testimony. Because I go to the doctor October 2nd. And I told Mike, I said, I'm going to give this testimony when I'm done with the doctor. So I got 2.5 weeks to see, how I'm going to feel. I guess God said, no, you don't. I'm going to move through this right now. 15 minutes, y'all. 15 minutes. And, I could kiss the CEO, whoever created this, whoever God allowed to create this. I want to hug them. I'll be their spokesperson. I'll do their commercials because this is the truth right here. I didn't care what I had to do to get the money because I know people are going to be like, well, I can't afford it. You cannot not afford it unless you want to keep being in pain. I've been in pain for so long. I told my cousin Mike, I said, when this stopped hurting my foot, I felt weird being normal. If that makes sense. That shouldn't make sense. But I felt normal and it was weird because I've been in pain for 10 years. So anybody, if you doubting, if you have unbelief, I'm telling you, go pray about this thing. Ask God to show you this thing is going to work for you.
Okay, so that was awesome. Now, I picked up a passenger and that saw this video. Now, in this video, you heard you heard her say that she had been in pain for years. Now, after she felt better, she called people immediately. She called people. Now, I had picked up a passenger that was in emergency room pain, and I let them hear that testimony. Now, think about it. Was that a testimony from the company, or was that one of our local testimonies? You see what I'm saying? We like keeping it real. That's why we have testimony time, so that we can share with one another. But she didn't know whether or not, she literally confessed, she didn't know whether or not that it was an actor or what. She didn't know. But I want you to hear her testimony on the same day, and you're gonna some of the same thing that she did as far as calling people right away. You're gonna hear the same thing. So this is Jessica, and this is Jessica. Can can y'all see the video? Somebody say something, or do I have to reshare for y'all to see the video? I do have a part in this testimony. Can y'all hear the video? Somebody unmute their mic. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you,
Yeah.
but
I
I
can hear
can't hear the
you.
video.
Right.
Okay, okay, alrighty, alrighty. Here we go with the video. Now you can see the video, right?
We see it, but don't hear.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't started. I'm getting ready to start it up right now.
Okay.
The reason why I did something. Now remember, this person saw the video that you guys saw, but it was so, how should I say, you have to believe. You have to believe. You have to believe and receive, you know. But I'm telling you, it works if you're working. Unusual that morning, uh, you know, because on that morning, I was walking through the garage. I saw the patches in a box, and I opened up the garage, went to the car, and I thought about it. You know what? I need to take that, the box of patches with me. And had a brand new box. I went back in, grabbed the box, you know, and I just, threw it in the floor in the front and everything, out the way, out of sight, out of mind. And I was on my way, but I didn't know the rest of the story, which is the rest of the story is getting that ping from you to come pick you up. And
And that is so crazy. That ping, and you were the
right.
second ping would make it so bad. The first ping was mysteriously canceled for whatever reason. Like, wow, wow, a true testimony within itself. I can say.
hmm So when I pulled up, how did you feel getting into the car?
Well, I just wanted to go home. Like I was thankful that you was in an SUV because I did not want to sit in no car. But when I got the ping and I seen it was an SUV, I was like, okay, thank God, because I didn't want to sit low. So I was just ready to go home, and I honestly wasn't in the mood for conversation. I was in so much pain. I honestly was going to route the directions for the emergency room. Like that's how bad a pain I was in. And like I said, I haven't had flare-ups in so long to where I needed to take or do anything. So when I got in the car, I was just ready to go home. Didn't want to hear nothing. I was just in pain. And when I told you, give me a minute, I strained my back because it was taking me a little bit of time to get in there. And when you said interesting, it threw me off because I was like, what's interesting? And so, as you got to talking, and I was like, in my brain, like I said, honestly, I was in so much pain. I was just wanting to move for conversation or nothing, to be honest. And when you said something about the patches, and I'm listening. I'm listening to you, but at the same time, like I said, I was in so much pain, I just didn't even want to hear nothing. I honestly didn't. But as you're talking about the patches and the naturalness of it got my attention a little bit. And then when you told me about the testimony that you wanted to hear me listen to from someone else, I listened. I'm like, either she's a good paid actor or she really talking about something. So, as that testimony ended, and when you got to really, talking about more about the patches and more about, how they're made and what they're made of, going through the amount of stuff I went through previously with previous back pain and nothing really working, I'm like, well, I might as well. It's natural. I don't have no problem with anything natural. If it's something natural, I'll take it. I'll listen. But in my brain, I'm like, well, if it's something I gotta order, it's not gonna help me now. So I'm already still low vibration about it because I'm like, I gotta order it. I'm in pain now. It's not gonna help me listening to what you got going on. So um then when it was so funny that, after you told me your interesting moment as to how you did something you didn't normally do,
Excuse
grabbing
me
the
for a
box
minute.
and putting it in the car, that really threw me. I'm like, okay, my attention is grabbed. I'm like, God, I hear you. Let me listen to what you had to say. And when you said you had the patches in the car, and then what you said you would do for me is give me a pack for the amount that I mysteriously just so happened to have in my pocket from a snack that I was gonna get that I never received. I really, my ears was all open at that time, because little did you know what I went through prior to actually getting your lift. Because like I said, when I called when I requested a lift, you weren't the first person. It was someone before you that got the ping that was only 6 minutes out. And mysteriously, when I got ready to clock out, that lift disappeared. And then you came about. So everything in my brain at this point of you saying you got the patches with you, kind of like, it really was like, okay, God placed this connection for a reason. So, like I told you before, once, I purchased the pack of patches from you, and I told you if it gets rid of any pain that I'm in, I'm going to give you a call when I wake up from that nap. And what did I say I did? I called you. I text you first. And it's truly like when I woke up, it really was mind blowing how much pain it really took away. And like right now, it's 5 o'clock now, and I've been walking around. It's there, but the amount of pain, I was in emergency room pain before you picked me up. When I put that patch on, took my little 4-hour nap, woke up from the floor, and about 80% of that pain was gone. And it just blew my mind because, like I said, I have a couple herniated discs, and I haven't had a flare up for a while, aching, but nothing to where it caused me to leave work or want to go to the emergency room. This pain right here was so excruciating. Like I said, I got in your lift. I didn't want to hear conversation. I didn't want nothing but just let me lay down. To 80% of that pain gone after that patch, I couldn't do nothing but call you. and ever since then, I done told like 4 people about the patch that that I got from you. And it was just, I don't know if they believe me, but they know I'm not the type of person to promote nothing or talk about nothing like that. So I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate God for putting the connection together. I appreciate you for putting them in your car and even going out your way to, sell me just a pack, because that one patch out of that pack, I've been walking around regular. Granted, I've been using my heating pad because I probably used the other patch and what you told me to do the second time around. I'm going to do that before I lay back down before work. I'm actually able to go to work. I'm thinking it's going to take me weeks to get healed before you came around. But yeah, I'm going to put that the other patch on in a little while. But I've been walking normal, and you seen that I was walking like I was 100 years old. When I got out your car, it took me a minute to get my bearings together. You see, I struggled trying to get in my house because I was in so much pain. It took me a minute to find the key to get in. But yeah, I've been walking around normal. I'm stretching and it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't know how or whatever was created to put in that patch, but it's definitely a testimony that needs to be given from anybody who uses them that was in that much pain as I was in. And I'll continue to preach to anybody that I notice in that much pain. I will let them try a patch out just to see the truth behind whatever's in it to make it, go. I've been in pain for years, years. And that right there, I've been through acupuncture, I've been through massage therapy, chiropractor. I've been through it all, and nothing has really subsided that pain that fast. Like, it usually will take me a week to get over that type of pain that I've been in, for it to eliminate at least that 80% of the pain that I was in a matter of hours, I would say, of me waking up. It ain't nothing but God and the testimony for me to give to you right now behind that. So I really appreciate you for that. I really do.
You say you called your manager?
I had called. Well, I told my manager when I injured myself. So I let him know what was going on. And when I woke up from, when I got home and I woke up from my nap, I had told my manager the story as you being my lift from the first. I told him everything. And I had told him about the patch. Even after I told you that it worked, I called him back and I'm like, remember the story I told you about the Lyft driver offering me a patch for? I told him, I said, I'll be at work tonight. I might have to put my back brace on just to make sure, but that pain that you seen me in earlier, that patch truly did work. And he was like, nah, you can't. I said, I swear to you, I'm just like really trying to convince him how. I said, well, you see me at work tonight, you will see I might have my back brace on, but the amount of pain I was in, I really thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room and not be at work the rest of this week because it was that bad. But he just don't, he did, I guess people, like I was skeptical of listening to that girl's testimony. I guess people really be skeptical when you try to tell them something. It's hard to really explain if you're not in my shoes. But he was just so happy that, he was like, wow, I'm happy and grateful that you met that person, because, we need you here, of course. But yeah, he was just, it was, and a couple of other friends that I told, they was just like, yeah, God works in mysterious ways down to the $5 in your pocket, and I'm like, I said, honestly, you truly right, because that $5 wasn't meant for that snack. It was not meant for that snack. It was meant for them patches. And like I said, it truly is a game changer. Them patches is a pain game changer. It really is.
Out of the compassion of my heart, if you would have said, I just spent my last $5, out of compassion of my heart, I would have sowed that seed. Truly, I would have sowed that seed. But God had provided the $5, and that was let's say, a key significant part of the whole situation.
Right.
Say, I didn't know that you were down to your last $5 in cash.
Right.
So
You're
I had
right. And honestly, that
yeah.
was the last. I don't carry cash, and it just so happened I had like $1 in cash. I had $6 totals in cash, and the machine, what I wanted was like $2 and something. I just so happened to have that was that my only $5. Everything else is on card, and the machine only took cash because it was broke. But yeah, like I mean, that's why I get chills every time I talk when I was telling the story. It's like I know God, I've witnessed miracles, but it lets you know God is always there when you need him. Even when you think you don't need him, he's there. And today, like I needed something. And God did his work today, buddy. I promise you that. He definitely did his work today.
And it took your faith to follow through, and you
It
followed through.
did. It did, because
Well,
I honestly, my brain, I just didn't want to hear nobody's conversation. Just get me home. That's just how I thought. And every little piece of information and the conversation that you given me, it was like everything kept telling, okay, open your ears, get out of your mood and listen to what this man got to say. And like I said, when you said something about when you just so happened to just throw them in your car, it wasn't something you normally did. And just me thinking about, just rewinding what played out and how what's the mistake? What's the coincidence that I pick a Lyft driver that got some pain patches in the car? Like, so that really played a part down to the $5. So yeah, yeah.
okay, so that is pretty interesting there. Oh boy, wasn't that fun? My. So, okay, Igor, you said that you wanted the link to that. All right. My. Every time I hear that testimony. Okay, I am going to put the link in there in in the chat. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay, I just put the link in there. Okay. Alrighty. Um, who has a want to unmute their mic and comment on what you just heard? And, how exciting was it?
Yes. Hi, Pastor. This is Valerie.
Hey,
Hello,
Valerie.
everybody. Well, I'm just going to add by saying that those patches got me into anime. They got my attention in such a way that I said, okay, there is definitely something about this company. But Pastor, if you don't mind, I'm not going to talk about myself. I want to give a testimony. I was hoping the young lady would be on this call. I don't know what's going on with these people. They're too busy. But I'm going to give a testimony about the patches. We had a young lady who had a open heart surgery, I would say exactly a month ago. She had a back situation when she was discharged from the hospital. As a matter of fact, she was in pain while she was in the hospital, and they were giving her one of those medical patches. Obviously, it wasn't doing anything for her. So I said to her, as soon as you get out of this hospital, I'm going to get you some patches. So when she was discharged, she was still suffering. Her back was still bothering her. She had, like I said, she had a open heart surgery, a 6-hour surgery, 37 years old with lupus. So maybe 2 or 3 days after she was home, I went by there and I placed a patch on the left side, on the right side, the whole patch, not the piece, whole patch, and one in the center. Next day she went to sleep. The next day I called her, said, hey, how's it going? The first thing that she said is that, Auntie, that pain that I had, from scale 1 to 10, I can say 9. I slept right through like a baby. My bed feels great. I'm like, oh, thank God, thank God, thank God. The next day, I had to run back to her because I gave her a pack. She used 3. We used 3. She only had 2. So I was like, you know what? I don't want you to run out. I'm going to bring you some more patches. And I took it there. Guess what? She did not even have to use those patches. The third day, she was like, my back is fine. No more pain. So, guys, those patches do work. And that is my testimony, Pastor. I have others, but I'm going to let other people share their testimony. So thank you so much for allowing me to share. But actually, I wanted these people to come on the call so they can share their own testimonies. Since they are not here, I felt obligated to give a testimony about the young lady. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, do you have something, let's say, different than a patch?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Pastor, I do owe you a testimony. Again, I was hoping my dear friend would come on the call. People are busy. What can I say? I don't know if you remember me coming on the Monday night call, and I was talking about an 87-year-old lady who was never experienced any, major illness, but all of a sudden she started feeling bad and so weak and so on and so on. And I said to my colleague, we are colleagues, more colleagues than we are friends. I said to her, listen, Astrid, you remember the name Astrid, it's a unique name. Anyway,
Yes.
it's her aunt, 87 years old, and this is her aunt who's her mother's twin. So she told me about her aunt. I was like, listen, we need to get your aunt hemohim. You know about the hemohim. You gave it to your mom, etc., etc. Yes. Went by there. I had some hemohim. So I said, I'll loan you a box. So we went to the aunt and no, first of all, I'm sorry, I'm skipping. Before that, I asked you what we should give this lady. She had a heart issue. And you said hemohim, omega 3, vitamin C, and I believe you also said noni juice and manuka honey. They could not get all of those things, but they did order the hemohim, vitamin C, and omega 3. So while those orders were ordered, after we ordered, I went there because I did have some hemohim that she could use. She took the hemohim. I believe the second or third day, the lady go to her daughter whose name is Janet. Janet, Astrid and her friend, they brought that medicine here. I need more of it because I feel so much better. But the thing that happened with her, she could not keep any food in her stomach. But after taking Hemohim, the third day she started feeling better and she could actually keep the food. Anyway, I'm here to say that her orders came in. She started taking the Hemohim, the noni juice, all those other things that they were able to. The only thing that they did not buy was the Manuka honey. And Pastor, thank you so much because she did so wonderfully that when she went to see a cardiologist, because they say there was something wrong with her heart, she had an appointment to see a cardiologist, I think 3 weeks after she started the products. She went to see this cardiologist, and the cardiologist got her off at least, I believe, 3 or 4 medications. So
Wow.
I do believe that yes, God is faithful. I really believe that it is because of the products that the doctor was able to get her off this medication. Now she did change from here in South Florida. We have the Cleveland Clinic. So she did change from a cardiologist that she was seeing to a cardiologist at the Cleveland Clinic. And the Cleveland Clinic do not play. If you don't need medications, they're going to take you off those medications. All right. So I really do believe that the products help her, whichever way. I'm not medically trained, but I do know one thing, that these products work. And just based on what she said, I'm talking about the 87-year-old, based on what she said, how she felt, how she started eating, and that the food started, she was not as nauseous as she used to be. I do believe that the Hemohim, first and foremost, started doing what it's meant to do. So yeah, that's my testimony about my 87-year-old, and I thank you again because you played Dr. Walida that day. You told me what you get her, and I shared what you said, and it worked. So thank you, Pastor. But again, I wanted her to tell you, my colleague, and tell, because she was so excited about that and feeling better. She was actually in tears when she looked at us. I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "This lady raised us while my mom was working. She raised us." So she was very emotional about it, and all of a sudden feeling or going through what she was going through. So we are grateful. Thank you. And again, I was hoping that she would come and give the testimony, but yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Definitely. So, some of y'all might have heard of Dr. O'Sullivan, and she had an interesting testimony because her lifestyle, she had a good lifestyle, and everything, and she has an interesting testimony. Now, a lot of us, you know, that have a good lifestyle, we take vitamins and minerals and things to that degree, so we got it going on. And a lot of times when we approach people, they figure, hey, I got all I need, I got my routine and everything, I'm good. Now, she thought the same thing. Although she was giving some of her patients the Atomy products, and the Atomy products was working for them. But I would love to everyone to hear the rest of the story on her journey of someone that considered themselves, that they was taking good products and they was doing well. Let's see how well. Okay, you may have to turn your volume up a little bit. Okay, so be mindful of that. Alrighty, Dr. O'Sullivan. Let's see here.
Hello, my name is Dr. Ann O'Sullivan and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to tell you why I will never ever not take this supplement. A little backstory. 2011, so that would be almost 10, 11 years ago, I was introduced to this product just quite by accident because my family members were quite sick. Actually, my sister as well as my father were quite sick with different conditions, and both of them started taking this amazing product from Korea at different times, and both of them got incredible results. And considering, my dad was in his mid 70s with severe heart conditions and had suffered his third stroke, and my sister, who had worked herself to the ground, where her immune system was so low and depressed that she had a severe infection and cysts that were not clearing up. Within weeks, this product helped her heal. And that is just amazing. And so once I found out the powerful effects of this product, I started to use it on my patients, especially the ones that had resistant to other types of treatment that I was giving them. Yes, they got better, but not as well as I hoped they would. And they were, again, just like my sister and my father, got incredible results with their health conditions very, very quickly. And I was shocked at how fast they recovered. And so I thought, I've got to figure out what the heck this is. It's nothing like I've ever used before with my patients. And I've used hundreds of different supplements, from herbs, Chinese herbs, European herbs, homeopathic remedies, nutraceuticals, a combination of all of those things, plus acupuncture and laser therapies, etc. Nothing compared to the kind of results that my patients and my family were getting with this particular product. So then it got me thinking, what's it going to do for me? I thought, I'm the healthiest person I know. That was 11 years ago, almost 11 years ago. And I took my own advice, because when I find new information that's going to help me get healthy or stay healthy, I make sure that I incorporate into my routine, because that way also too, I can advise my patients. It's tough to advise somebody to do something when you're not doing it yourself, if you need to. So back then I was 49. I am currently 59 years old, and I'll be 60 come October. So, and I'm actually quite looking forward to it. But one of the things, looking back, because this has been a part of my life for over 10 years, from age 49 to now, is that this is the fountain of youth. A lot of women my age, they're looking, because time keeps ticking, and it's ticking faster, and they are in search of anything and everything that would help slow down the aging process. And I found it. This is the key. The reason being is that this particular product helps you with the blood. The blood is stuff of life. So when I saw all of these amazing results with my family and my patients very quickly, and how they're able to reverse a lot of their conditions, I started doing really deep dive research into how this worked. And I was shocked at the technology that was developed for this particular product. I'm not going to go into all of the nitty-gritty technical issues, but what it's done for me, as I said, I was the healthiest person I knew. I didn't have any health conditions, and to my mind, I was the healthiest person. But I did know with my research that it would prevent cancer. And that's one thing I can't do a lot about. I do my best to eat the right foods, exercise, take all my supplements, my antioxidants, vitamins, homeopathic remedies to prevent conditions, but that's about all I can do. So when I heard this was an amazing anti-cancer remedy, I said, okay, I'm going to take it for prevention. I didn't really expect any changes, because I was, in my mind, the healthiest I was going to be. So the first 2 or 3 weeks, I took it as recommended, 2 pouches, because these are all pouches like this of liquid. Didn't taste really that great, but within a couple of weeks, I got pretty much used to it, and I could just suck it back, on its own. In the beginning, I kind of, mixed it with some water and some juice, but after a while, I didn't taste it. So I just took it regularly, 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in mid-afternoon or before dinner. And first 2 to 3 weeks, I really didn't feel anything. But by the end of the third week, I was shocked at what had happened. Three things happened that I need to tell you about because this is coming from somebody who is very healthy. I had good energy, so I thought, and my health profile in my mind was top. So one day, one of the things that happened that I need to give you the backstory is that I've always had issues with hypoglycemia. I didn't know when I was a kid what that was called, but ever since young, I needed to eat regularly. If I didn't, I would feel a strange sensation, and I would get very, very tired, or I would get very, very irritable. And I can remember, even as a child, that I would always make sure that there was food around. So I solved this problem by making sure I had some food, whether it's nuts or some candy bars or whatever, in my purse at all times. So if I got stuck somewhere and I could feel this coming on, I would just have something to eat and I would feel better. As I went through school, I realized that that was a sign of hypoglycemia, which is actually precursor to diabetes. And looking back, my dad had severe diabetes, which caused severe heart disease, and that was basically the causes of his strokes as he got older. So I was headed that direction, but I was managing it with my diet. So one time, about three weeks after I started taking this, I went into my clinic and it was a major emergency, and I was go, go, go on the run for the whole day till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I realized, hey, wait a minute, I hadn't eaten anything because I would have to eat almost every 2 hours something. I'd have my 3 meals, but then I'd have snacks in between, or else I would notice that drop in my energy level. And I realized I had gone all day without eating. At 4 o'clock, I sat down and went, my goodness, I'm kind of hungry, but I don't feel like I'm going to faint or basically bite somebody's head off. And ever since then, I do not need to eat every 2 hours. Sometimes now I can do a 24-hour, 48-hour fast. I now do intermittent fasting, meaning I don't eat anything till around 2 o'clock, and I have my meals within an 8-hour period. And it's amazing that I do not have the drops and the up and down of my blood sugar. So it's actually regulating my blood sugar so that I don't have to worry about becoming a diabetic as I get older. Second thing that happened was I've been riding horses since I was in my mid to late 30s, and I became my main sport was fox hunting, which means that we go out. It's an all-day affair. Go to the barn, get my horse ready, trailer her to a area that we meet at. We might ride close to 4 hours. Sometimes it's 5 hours. It's very demanding physically. And then we come back and we have lunch, and then take the horse back to the barn and clean her up, etc. And by the time I come home, starting right early in the morning, back home around 4 or 5 o'clock. It's a full day affair. I am exhausted in the day. I had a great time, but I'm exhausted. But it's the next day that I have a shoot. Next day, I feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck. I'm stiff, I'm sore, and it takes usually a couple of days for me to recover. And it's especially worse if I have a horse that wouldn't behave and she or he is pulling, then I'm physically drained. And then I would go and do it again because during the season, the sports season, I might be out for 2 hours, twice a week. And so it was just the price I paid to do my sport. But after a month of taking this, the day of, instead of taking 2, I would take 3. And the next day I wake up, it's as if I never rode. I don't have the stiffness, I don't have the soreness, I have energy. And now I know why my patients with arthritis and inflammation were getting such amazing results, because it was actually preventing the swelling from occurring so that the next day I wouldn't be stiff and sore. So ever since then now, sometimes I even forget if I've gone riding the next day because I can't remember because, sometimes we can't remember what we had for breakfast because I'm not stiff and sore. So that's been the last 10 years where I have had any of those side effects of riding. And I've had some injuries, and I've recovered so quickly from those injuries, falls, etc., that I am so grateful that I've had this. And during those times, I would take extra, and it would definitely speed up the healing because it would prevent the swelling from occurring, and so the healing would take place faster. And the third thing was very, very important is that ever since I was a kid, I was a very light sleeper. Any little bit of noise would wake me up. I would usually wake up a couple times a night, and so I needed to sleep at least 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep each day, or else I really wouldn't function very well the next day. And so again, I changed my lifestyle for that, so I didn't start working till 9 o'clock because if I get up at 7 or 7:30, I needed time to start with 9. But about a month after starting this on a regular schedule, 2 a day, one day I woke up at 5 in the morning. It was pitch black, and I thought maybe the lights had gone out. But I felt like I had the best sleep ever, and I slept right through the night. I'd gone to bed at 12 o'clock at midnight because I can't go to bed earlier than that. I have too much to do. So I went to bed at 12, and I don't remember falling asleep, but I woke up at 5 a.m. straight through, and I woke up and I had the best sleep, and I felt terrific, and I had lots of energy, and I didn't need to go back to bed, go back to sleep and press the snooze button. I didn't even need an alarm. So since then, for the last 10, 11 years, I only need 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep a night. Whereas previously I needed at least 7 to 7.5 hours just to feel normal. And now I'm energetic like this until I go to bed. So those 3 significant things that's happened to me, and I was already healthy in my mind. So that's totally changed my life, and it's been now over 10 years since I've been using this product. And the last thing that's made a huge difference is it has stopped my aging. I mean, I kid you not, I feel and look better than I did in my 30s. My skin has not aged. I don't have any wrinkles. I don't have any discoloration. It's actually removed a lot of problems that I had with my skin because I used to have problems with dark spots, etc. Now, that is a combination of the Atomy skincare line on top, but the Hemohen, because it works with my blood, it works to detoxify all my cells. And if every cell in your body that replaces one that just died is healthier than the one that just passed away, then you are technically getting younger. So I am 10 years older now than in 2011. This is 2020, actually 11 years older, and yet I feel amazing. So for those of you who are worried about getting older or looking older and feeling more tired, etc., this has got to be the best supplement you're ever going to take. I urge you to try it for 1 month. You will know a difference within 1 month because it works so fast. It is so concentrated. I call it herbs on steroids because it works so amazingly well. It will work with your whole system. It helps to, if you're anemic and you're tired, it will help correct that. If you have skin issues, it will help correct that. If you have hormonal imbalances, it will help correct that. If you have trouble sleeping, it will correct that. If you have trouble with your digestion, it will help correct that. It's amazing what it can do. If you're depressed or anxious, it will help regulate your stress hormones. It's incredible. So I will never not stop taking this. So I urge you to give it a try and see what it does. Hello.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. That was awesome. That was awesome. See, we don't have to, sure, no. as far as the years are going to go by and those numbers are going to change. But the way you feel, you know, your physical man within, you could take care of yourself to a degree, whereas you feeling 10, 20 years younger. We just got to care about ourselves. Do you care about you? And I like how she mentioned about her skin, how she also credited to the Academy skincare, totally to the Academy skincare. You know, we need the Academy skincare. We need the Academy hair care. We need all that. Do it for you. Do it for you. You know, things that I mean, when you go out to dinner, you order food for you, not for the next person or what they want. You order for your taste and everything. The same thing with these supplements. She was using other supplements, but I'm telling you, Academy supplement makes a difference. Just like I switch out my dishwashing liquid with Academy products, you know, all the other products that I used to do that I get from other places, I switch them out with Academy. See, a lot of times when I'm sharing a protocol with somebody, and you say, well, you know, I already got some so and so that I'm using. I'm already got some so and what's going through my mind, like, okay, uh, I don't know, you know, what the results might be. We still praying for the best and everything for whatever you use. But when you are using 100% Academy products, they work together so well, so well, you know, because each one of those products, they're not just soldiers, they're general, they're commandos, definitely. And they're going to do more than what they say they do. Why not have the best, like an all-star team? The best of the best of the best of the best. When I feel like I'm taking my supplement, I feel I'm taking the best of the best of the best of the best. So let's continue to, wait, we're going to continue to get older. But we don't have to feel that way. We don't have to be that way. Our hands, our ankles, our toes, our hair, our skin, we don't have to look that way. Come on, reverse it. Hmm? Reverse it. Reverse all that stuff that's going on. Reverse it by giving your body the right products, you know, changing your environment to an Academy health environment, from your toothbrush, your toothpaste, to, you know, the skincare. I was showing, you know, somebody my bag. I was like, hey, I even got the skincare, you know, the lotion for my hand and things like that. You know, I wash with the detergent, definitely. So, okay. So it's about 9:06. Yeah, I really hope it was powerful for you. It is recorded. I made sure of that. Let me see. Did I hit record? Yep, I got record on that. So right now, hey, we can unmute our mic to say good night. Okay? Everybody, you can unmute your mic.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Thank
everybody.
Good
Good
you.
night,
night.
John Boy.
Night.
Good
Good
night.
night, John girl.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
Anna.
Good
All right,
Good
night.
night,
Pastor. Good night.
everybody.
God
Good
bless
Night,
night.
Pastor
you.
Soldier.
Night.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Night, God
All right.
bless.
Thanks
Good
for
Good
the
night,
night.
everyone.
All right.
information.
Good night.
Night.
Good
Praise the
night.
Lord.
Good
Hey, good
night.
night. Good
Night.
night, Shori. Good night, CJ. Good night. Good night, Pastor. Good night,
Good night.
Fortune.
Good night, my brother.
Good night.
Indeed.
Good
Definitely. Good
night,
night,
amen.
Anna. Good night, Rose. Good night, OD. Good night,
Good
Ruth.
night, Emma. Good night, CJ.
CJ. Definitely. Okay. And all you
Good night to the
Samsungs and
guests.
iPhone.
I believe there are guests on the call tonight, so good night to the guests.
Oh, yes. Good night to all the guests.
Yes.
Yes. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Indeed. Thank you. Good night.
Y'all so funny. My. Good night, Anita.
Good night, King.
Queen Anita. They got a queen in the house. Good night, Ann. Yes, indeed.
Good night.
That's all right there, I tell you.
Good night.
Good night, Emma. Thank you. As always, you're the greatest. Good night, Joseph. Alrighty.
Good night, everyone.
Mama,
Nice to be here.
good
So nice
night.
to be here.
Definitely. It is a blessing being amongst you guys and sharing. Definitely. It's always good. So, I'm going to say good night. Sleep tight. As always, God bless, and you know the rest. Good night.
Good night. Thank you